principles, your paradigm, or how you see your world, your reality, and then you can start to affect others. Now, Stephen R. Covey teaches a very important thing. Essentially, you have an area of influence. Now, what that means is everybody in here has a certain area of influence. Somehow that you can affect change. How many of you can stop by yourself global warming? How many of you can stop discrimination by yourself? How many of you can stand up for someone who can't stand up for themselves? How many of you can make a change in your school? What about in your community? You guys need to understand your area of influence, where you can actually have an impact. Now, peons, could you have an effect on the royalty?
We did.
Yes, we brought them laughter.
You brought them laughter? Could you change their behavior?
Yeah.
We could have a humor over.
We could have it, okay. Royalty, could you change the peons' behavior?
Yes.
Okay, how? Good. John?
I said I think the best way that the peons changed the royalties' behavior was just by acting like the push-ups were no big deal, and just doing them and kind of just so that they saw us do them, because I think that that's what caused guilt and just like feelings to come to the royalty. Maybe that's not true.
You know, each of you truly has power to be able to affect change. How much of change depends on you. A lot of times in our lives we get stuck on, I'm going to change the world. I'm going to become the next president.
Hey.
I'm going to be on the UN Council. I'm going to go for peace. But the reality is, you may or you may not. You need to understand the effect that you can have on those around you, on the area that you can actually influence people. And that's where you start. And that circle of influence will slowly start to fan out. And you're going to start to have larger and larger and larger. You can have more effect on more people and more situations. But if you get caught up in even a little bit of this, you're stuck with what you've got right now. Your hands are going to be screwed up. You're not going to be able to do it to affect change, period. If you start down the road of any type of discrimination, of any sort, religious, ethnic, racial, sexual orientation, it doesn't matter. You're going to start down this path, and pretty soon it's going to be all over your hands, and the problem of cleaning it up is difficult. Now,